Okay, this is the Courts of the Lords of the Expanse. I did the wrong part last time, so I'm confused on whether this is 5 or 6. But regardless, we are still on Fondor. The tangled web that Fondor weaves is kind of what I think people are learning here. Um, let's see. I don't know if you watched the first part of the recap. Maybe David, you can start off, and I'll pick it up. What else I remember, and then if anybody else remembers anything or wants to do the recap, go for it. And I think it'll be especially helpful for Rob, who has missed I think the last couple ones.
Why don't we got Jawa Jimmy, we got Rem, we got Katira. Why don't we just say what we remember our character doing and kind of what in the proximity they might have seen.
Sure. Yeah, that works great. I was just calling you out because you listened to it. Uh,
Hmm. No, I think it'd be interesting to hear what Rem remembers about the last 15, 20 minutes of Rem's life.
yep, this will be a regular Rashomon episode.
Well, Rem has been wanting to go to a bar for quite a while, ever since landing in Tapani, but it seems like everything is just stacked against him, and everything wants to stop Rem from going to a bar. Finally, he hears about a good whiskey bar and basically uses his charm to convince everyone to go with him. He steps into the bar, and he immediately gets hit on by some girl that is from Tapani who seemed to know Rem, but Rem clearly didn't recognize who she was. But why would he, right? I mean, it's just another lady. So Rem starts drinking and starts looking around for some marks to try and take some credits off of. Um, and then he sits down next to a man who looks like he might know what he's doing. And Rem lost a game of Sabak.
Or did Rim let him win?
And you know, um, sometimes you just don't get the cards. Sometimes you just don't get the cards. Then the man went on and on about how he thought Rem was there to kill him, which, I mean, Rem kills lots of people and is very feared, so that checks out. But yeah, I think at the end, he offered to buy me a drink and we became friends.
That's fantastic, David. This is the best new way to do this. I love it. That was
Goes
so
at the
great,
almost
Vaughn.
hour now. Who wants? Should I go or should Jimmy go? Oh, yeah, let me,
Oh, can you turn yourself up just a little bit? Sounds like you're in a refrigerator. Are you?
are,
I was gonna
are
say,
you?
yeah, it sounds like you're in like a room somewhere, hidden away from view.
I mean, which is where Joe Jimmy is in the game. No, it's just the same.
I can go while you figure it out if you want, Chris. So Katira walks up with everybody else, gets off the cruiser from the probably Imperial commander of the shipyards from the Defani or the Fondor shipyards rather. And rather than walk right in, she decided to pretend to stumble about looking for a cab so that she could take a peek in a window. And when she looked in, she saw a gold droid holding a battle rifle, or a blaster rifle rather. So she meandered in, paid several compliments to the droid at the entryway, and then inquired about renting a room. When she did, the droid said, "Yeah, 30 credits." She said, "Sure." Got the room, and while everybody else had wandered up towards the bar, she opened the door. The droid immediately showed hostility, so she stabbed it once or twice, and then I think she called Jimmy in. There was no like commotion outside the bar because the doors closed behind Katira, and she just dispatched the droid. Then she snuck around the, I guess, catwalk on the outside of the building and looked in the other windows. Saw some people. I don't know if they're playing sabacc or sitting at the table, whatever they were doing there.
And one you recognized,
They
but you couldn't quite place.
vaguely recognized the. Is that an Nemoidian? What is he? Whatever he is. As
George
having been
Washington.
at, vaguely recognized having met George Washington or seen George Washington in passing previously. Possibly on Coruscant, but she sees a lot of people. So as she had Jimmy take a look at the droid, it seems that it's related to a Tapani noble house. Looks like it is a plant. I don't remember exactly what. I don't remember the full deal with the droid, but it had something to do with possibly being like looking like it was from one house, but really being from another kind of a thing. So she left Jimmy to play with his new droid. Wandered up to the bar, met a Tapani lady who she bought a drink for. She wasn't super polite. Oh, I should also mention on her way in, she did notice from across the room as Rem fumblingly pickpocketed Gamorrean
Yeah.
and pretended to be them at the bar. She ordered some drinks. One Tapani lady was a bit talkative, the one that went and talked to Rem. The other one less so. She really hopes that Rem doesn't blow her cover because she lied about who she was and said she didn't know anybody, and said specifically she didn't know Rem because the Tapani lady asked about it. And she kind of shooed the other lady away because she was just mostly annoying and just wanted drinks. She complimented the bartender, and now she sees the one main reason that they want to be here, buying drinks for the entire bar and preparing to walk out the door.
Fantastic. Okay, this for everyone else. This is the woman from the Toponic sector. This is the individual from the mining guild, and I don't think you've really like. This person was the one you mentioned was at Life Day. That's also here, and I think you talked to a couple of women. I don't remember where I put them on the map, but I think that combo was over.
Yeah.
All right, now it's Jawa Jimmy filling those gaps.
All right, can you guys hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
There's the dulcet
Oh, yeah.
tones of Jawa ease.
Technology. It was going through my phone, like my microphone on my phone itself. And I was like, what?
It did that for me for so long too, and I'm like, why would I ever want to do this? I'm sitting at my
not
computer.
crazy.
Yeah, it's done it before. Yeah.
That's because of what happened. So yeah, Jawa Jimmy was perusing the different droids out here, taking a look. Saw Katira do her shenanigans outside here, looking at windows. Jawa Jimmy didn't care. Jawa Jimmy just was like, you know what? Jawa Jimmy needs a drink. Jawa Jimmy ignored the bartender or the greeter over here. Didn't care about the greeter. Just completely ignored the greeter. Decided to peruse some folks over here. Didn't see anyone he recognized, although he kind of did from one of the life days. But, NBD, he didn't really care. Didn't really talk to him. Went to go get a drink. Wanted to get a bottle of wine. And yet, this crusty freaking server would always try to sell me this terribly old, dusty bottle of wine that was clearly past its prime. Jawa Jimmy was not having that sales pitch. Jawa Jimmy just wanted a drink. Jawa Jimmy then decided. Jawa Jimmy was like, you know what? Nah, I'm done with this. This bartender sucked. So I want a different bartender over here, or whatever the heck the guy was. Like, just give me your cheap wine. And so Jimmy got some cheap wine. And he took that grog. He kind of ignored what Rem was doing over here at the time, or wherever he was. And then Jawa Jimmy said, where'd Katira go? Jawa Jimmy, curious, and moseyed on down over here. Went down over here. Saw some shenanigans happen over here. And then called up Katira, hey, Katira, got you a drink? And then Katira's like, I'm a bit busy. You know, Jimmy didn't know what that meant, but like, whatever.
I actually don't speak basic this whole time. I love your description of Jawa Jimmy because I feel like Jawa Jimmy does refer to himself in third person at this point. Jawa Jimmy don't know. Jawa Jimmy don't care.
Jimmy don't care. So Jimmy felt like, got through the door once Katira finished off this droid that was attacking her. And Jimmy noticed, that's a shiny looking droid. Not just any shiny looking droid, a nice shiny looking droid. So, he decided to see if he could hack it. Well, turns out shiny droids also have shiny security protocols. Said shiny protocols mean that they wipe themselves, or most of their data, as soon as they detect any kind of hack. Jimmy, as good as he is, was like, yeah, no, that's not gonna work. But I can at least see who made you. Oh, you're one of the houses of this famous planet. Oh, okay. Well, interesting that's trying to look like another person's house. That's interesting. And that said, Jimmy let them do more shenanigans, and then Jimmy had to bail for the night. And that's all Jimmy remembers.
So,
oh, and Sparky getting jealous of the fact that Jimmy was playing with this shiny droid.
And that droid is very fancy. Like the gold plating is literally like you could sell this. I mean, I should probably make a roll value, but you could sell this droid for like you could melt it down. It is the fanciest droid, or maybe it's maybe Sparky is more envious. Like, hey, like I had to work to get my body, and look at you rich droid with your gold pants. You know how we treat droids with our people things with gold pants.
Freaking gold pants.
Freaking gold pants.
All right, and so after all that, Zuda Zorbo, you took the late cab over, and this place in itself. So imagine Fondor as kind of like Coruscant Light, maybe. Definitely not as many buildings, but it does get crowded in where you're at, which is the main city. So this is I've been calling it like a gambling den, but it's kind of like a it's hard to describe. It's kind of like a French bistro gastropod / gambling den / like kind of like an old charming establishment that has been here a while, and you've heard about it, and you're here now.
Business owners were a little schizophrenic as to what their actual business plan was going to be.
Yeah, they were, it's kind of, they said, let's throw in everything we love, and they got it. So people are gambling, people are drinking fancy off-world wines, there's music playing. It feels old, even though basically it sits atop it almost is like a building almost like the Washington Monument, where it's just like a lone square building that shoots straight up into the skyline. It's surrounded by other tall, big buildings, but right at the very top is this, French bistro gambling hall, is what we would describe of it, sort of outside the game. But there's music, soft lights. It's not, definitely wouldn't be family friendly, but.
So you're saying the vibe is like 1930s Morocco.
Yeah. Welcome to Rick's. This is
Welcome to
Casa
Rick's.
Blanca.
Here, thinking of you, Zuda.
I came here for the waters. I just rewatched Casablanca. I just rewatched it 2 days ago. So,
Casablanca.
I mean, it's funny because that's how they all pronounce it, Casablanca, because they've got the accent. But anyway, you took the late train over. Everyone else has been here a little bit. You took the late taxi, and you're greeted by, you have this protocol droid that wants to, give you any information you want as soon as you approach. And you see some old B2 battle droids that, in accordance to how things are in Fondor, seem to have just like had the, Confederate logos painted over with a big Fondor F in Arabish, and it has some purple highlights, which seems to be the motif for Fondor. So this droid will absolutely answer any question, and is trying to talk to you as you walk up, just saying, "Welcome to Lava Kaz. If there's anything that I can do to make your stay more enjoyable, please let me know. The bathrooms are on the inside left." And just keeps talking.
Yeah, that's okay. I just keep walking.
Okay. This is that, as is the way that everyone has played this.
I'll have you know, I asked that the droid had gotten a oil bath and said it should be on Fondor Droids Daily.
Oh, that was actually nice. So you go in, you have some Bith musicians playing some sort of relaxing horn music. There's a low light. It's lit up a little bit by some screens that are sort of playing, like they're not showing. Obviously, they're not showing sports or anything like that, but it's just sort of like designs and patterns that are in purple, just sort of illuminating things. Speaking of 1930s Morocco, like the ground itself seems to have some type of sawdust or something on it. You can see, even though there's a bunch of cords and cables everywhere, they have some old school brick type things built into it as well. Almost everybody in here is Fondorian. You can tell by their baldless or their hairless bald heads, and their penchant to wear either robes or cat suits, apparently. And you see people playing a couple different gambling games.
Look, you're either completely hiding your body shape, or you're making it utterly apparent.
Yeah, they have a very strict standard for beauty, and if you go 1 pound over, nope, put on the robes. If you want to roll search to look at or for anything in particular, feel free. But you don't see Jawa Jimmy, because on the other side of this thing here, it's actually a door, and he's hiding behind it in this other room. Well, not hiding behind it, but he's hidden back there. So you don't see Jawa Jimmy.
Well, that's okay. I usually don't spot Jawa Jimmy even when he's standing right in front of me.
Oh no, too small. You do see Ram over here, and you do see Katira sort of by herself at the bar.
Oh, I need to go see if Rem is losing at cards.
All right, so you come over just as this guy has a giant pile. This guy has a huge pile of credits in front of him, massive. This is it reminds you of the time that you, Blaine, and Tech went to Gardula the Hutt's gambling den on Tatooine. And if you remember, think about it, you won Dodge's Purr's skiff, luxury skiff, and you had to shoot him in the back of the head because he wouldn't give it.
I do remember that.
Actually, I think it was in the front of the head because he was fighting you, but he didn't play by the rules of Death Sabbath. But this is giving you vibes.
I made sure he played by the rules of Death Sabbath.
But it does remind you of those times when we felt like we used to go gambling and playing Death Sabbath a lot more often.
Yes, I do remember that we pumped basically all of my character points at the time into playing Sabbath, So I imagine that there was a long hour cram session between him and Blaine and everyone else who knew and Boda who knew how to play Savik, and drilled it into Boda's head on what all the strategies were.
And they're all coming back to you now because
They're all coming back to me now.
you see a lot of Savik. You see Savik being played, and you see this guy. Obviously not a Fondorian because he's got a full head of hair and eyebrows, and he's not in one of the traditional colors. He's in yellow right there. In front of him, tons of Savik chips. Credits.
So I come up to Brown and I'm like, "Hey, you haven't bet the ship yet, right?
Not
you still need to
yet.
get off this planet."
Not yet. Can't bet that. I still have it. It still has a big loan attached to it.
I looked to the two other players. Is there a spot open at this table?
Yeah, absolutely. They both motion you down.
Wait.
Is there a spot open at this table?
I look at him and I kind of give him like an eye shake, like, nah, you don't want to sit at this table. And then I get up and go to the bar.
I'm sorry. I may have missed part of the overview. Was he cheating at cards? Is that what you were determining?
I think Rem probably thinks he's cheating because he's better than Rem.
I see.
So, yeah, Rem lost and kind of is like tail between his legs, trying to figure out exactly what happened. So he's kind of warning you that, like, hey, I don't know, something might be going on here.
Like, that's okay. I'll just play for a bit to see if I can get my friend's money back.
All right. So this guy says, "Welcome. Come on, scoot on down. We'll play a round or two." And he says, "Unless you're the one that is gonna try to kill me tonight."
Oh.
Well, I thought I thought your Chapani friend.
If Zuda could smile, he would.
I see that smiling twinkle in your eye. He says,
I speak through my artificial robot voice and be like, "Do I look like a killer to you?"
Yes. But I also don't really know very much about Rhodians except for that woman over there I talked to briefly, who is not friendly. But, if your friend from the Topani sector isn't here to kill me, and you're friends with him, maybe you're the one that's going to try to pull the trigger.
Could I, in the interim, just move over and take a seat at this table and try and, I don't know, eavesdrop, listen in?
Sure, roll your sneak.
And then Rem also noticed that Zuda didn't come with him, so he is going back over and he's like zooming his eyes in on the dude who beat him. He's zooming his eyes on his hands to see if he can catch him cheating.
Okay. You got 21. Let's see here.
I go, I tell the guy, "Nope, not here to kill you. Just here to play cards, apparently."
Apparently, I appreciate your candor. Yeah, I am doing the one thing I think I'm good at doing here, playing cards. Now I feel bad about beating your friend, so I'll let you start with the opening bet.
Oh, how generous.
We started at 500. last time, but you don't have to do that. You can do whatever you like. I like gambling not to win the money, but I like to play the game in its purest form and understand, a little bit more about my opponent. So,
I
your
see.
call. You can see that he seems drunk. Maybe he's sweating. It is kind of late. He does have a couple of empty things of beer around him or wine. No, actually, he would not be drinking wine. He would be drinking beer or mixed drinks.
Well, if you don't think playing for money is very interesting, do you want to play for information?
Ooh. I see. Okay. I like where this is going. Yes, I'll play for information.
Excellent. I'll bet. Let's see. Let's start with something easy. We'll bet the reason why we're here on this planet.
Okay, you want to know my reason why I'm here on this planet? And so if I win, I'll tell you why I'm here. And then if I win...
Well, I mean, if I win, you'll tell me why you're here. And if you win, I'll tell you why I'm here.
Okay. Let's do this.
All right, let's play.
Okay, so do you remember the rules? So out of game, do you remember?
I can go get my actual Sabic deck in the closet.
Well, that would be fantastic. What we ended up doing was creating like a fast version of the rules, which I don't know, guys. Do you all think it's fair or it's a little off? I don't know. The fast version of the rules, I'll put a link in here. Let me,
I was hoping
Feels a
my
little
actual Sabic skill would come into play.
Oh, it absolutely does.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Here, I thought I had it linked here in the chat on the right, but I keep going up and I don't see it.
I don't remember what the number is, but you each roll your gambling skill, and it's whoever can add up to number X with the fewest amount of cards is the winner.
Yep.
The fewest amount of dice.
Yeah, sorry,
Yep.
fewest amount of dice.
So basically, the idea was, the more dice you have in the Sabic skill, the better chance you have to win. But there's still a chance of winning. Or there's so let's see here. So total is 23 is what you want to get to. There's a couple of rules too, where if you get all ones and if you get all sixes, certain things happen.
Interesting.
But it does favor people who have more dice in it. And also, if you don't have that much dice, you are always going to get beaten by someone who does. It's just when you get into those upper levels that it becomes harder. Okay, so let's see here. Does that still sound good to you to do this?
Yeah, we can give it a shot. I mean,
It's just
unless he has an
information.
astronomical number of more than 7 dice.
Well, I mean, he is really good. But it's okay. It's just let's see. It's just information.
Yeah, it's just information. We'll give it a shot.
What's so scary about information?
Okay, so this is where you have to sort of look at it and figure it out. What's the quickest you can get to 23?
And how can I roll something to see if you cheated?
You absolutely can. Roll a search.
What would I roll?
A search, and you get a +1. I think at least a +1 from your eyes.
+1D or just +1?
No, you actually get a plus 3d6.
Oh, damn.
Plus 3d6? Nice.
Yeah. All right, so he's able to get to 23 and 5. Let's see. So you're able to do it in
And do it in 4.
Mm-hmm. 11, 15, 18.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait. 10, 6, 2, or 6 and 4 is 10. Plus 5 is 15. Plus
16.
3 is 18.
Yeah, I was looking at your top.
Plus 3 is 21.
And then it has a +2, the static +2.
How many dice did you roll?
7.
7. Nice.
6, oh yeah, 10, 15. It's hard to actually read what you got.
It's the numbers at the bottom. So it's 2, 3, 5, 4, 2, and 6.
And then the 3 is at the very end, which is your exploding wild card die.
Yeah.
Right,
But
so
I also
15.
it's like so the 6, the 5, and the 4 is 16. Plus the 3 is 19. Plus the 2 is 21, and then add the +2. Static amount. 76
Yeah.
plus 2. That's 23 and 4.
Okay. Is that 10?
Oh, I see. That's static plus 2.
I know, we never really figured that out. Okay, well, we can do it that way. So you get there in 4, and he gets there in 5? No, he also gets
Yeah.
there in 4. No? 10?
6
No,
and 4.
5. 6, so 6
6 and 4 and 3 4s, right?
so 11, 15 and 3, and then yeah, he does it in 4. Right? Or am I wrong?
To get 24 and 4, you have to get 4 6s.
No, 23.
Or 23. Okay.
So then it's 4 and
Then
4.
you need 6, 11, 15, 19. No, I need 5. 6 and 4 is 10.
10,
Plus
yeah.
5 is 15.
Yep.
Plus 4 is 19, and that's four
Oh,
numbers right there.
yeah. Oh,
Plus 4 is 26.
Rob. Okay, so you got it.
Nice.
Okay. So he says, all right. Fair game. So Rim, he is not cheating.
Damn it.
But you do notice his hand shaking a little bit.
Oh.
Which, I don't know, maybe that engenders or, endears himself a little bit to you.
Maybe.
Oh, he's
Maybe
got
he
the
thinks I am
shakes.
here to
He's
kill
got the
him.
alcohol shakes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Kindred spirit.
Okay.
Kindred spirit for sure.
He said, well, sure, let's pretend you don't know. I am Waltram Bellix. I am the leader of the Mining Guild Fondor Department. I've been here for, past, more than 10 years. And I lead the Mining Guild here, so... you do notice an accent. He is not obviously from Fondor, but he is the leader of the Mining Guild. Well, the Fondor department of the Mining Guild.
How drunk does he seem?
I would say that's a search, right? Or a. What do you guys think? What skill do you think it is to see if someone's drunk?
Oh, that'd be a social skill. So like,
Be some sort of a perception. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah. Like a search
I mean, it's
or.
just search or base perception. I feel like search is looking for something on him.
Yeah.
But like, Ram has been around a lot of drunk people. You could, give him a modifier to his perception or modify the difficulty. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good question.
yeah, this would be perfect for insight if this was Dungeons and Dragons.
I know. I literally was thinking insight, which is I think this is the most difficult thing is switching between the different skill lists, because I literally sometimes am like, oh yeah, it's this, and then I'm like, nope, that doesn't exist. So roll your perception.
Okay, and then do I get a plus for my eyes or no?
I mean, if you were zooming up to see which pores he was sweating out of, and that would tell you some special thing that you would get a bonus, but no, you're just like, what's his vibe?
Alright. 3d6 plus 2.
I'd almost want to say like investigation would fall under this.
Oh yeah. Do you have investigation? The skill?
I
think
do.
that's-
It's the same thing.
Okay. I mean, you sort of look at him. He's sweating. His hands are shaking a little bit. He has 2 empty drinks around him. It's hard to tell at this point because you don't know if he is, how good he is at sort of operating under this. He doesn't seem drunk, but he definitely seems like an alcoholic.
Okay. I'm gonna go to the bar, get 2 drinks, come back to my man over here, and give him a drink and say, I saw that you were empty. And then give him like a slight head tilt, kind of like tip the glass to him.
Wait, real quick. What drink did you order?
Whiskey.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Great.
Space whiskey.
Well, I told you earlier there's one drink in here you wouldn't drink.
Well, you think Rem's gonna remember that?
All right. Yeah,
But
go.
when he says that he's the head of the mining guild, I want to go, the mining guild. Maybe a higher stake for our next round. Why don't you tell me why you had your TIE fighter patrols waiting for the Republic convoys in orbit today?
Oh.
And then maybe I'll tell you whether I'm here to kill you or not.
Okay. Well, that's one way to do it. I will, if you win this next round, I will tell you why there was convoys around your group coming in, and yes, I know who all of you are. But if I win, I want to know something different from you. I want to know who you work for at the New Republic. Who you really work for.
You're asking the wrong dudes.
Okay, what?
I imagine Katira says that under her breath, and this guy just like looks at you like, "Why are you sitting at my table talking to yourself?"
Oh, can I? I mean, like, I don't want to interrupt everything Rob's doing, but I would totally like just see, like, if he's like looking to play like a hand or two of Sabak, I'll play for some credits.
I don't know if
He looks like he's bored.
No, I. Oh, you mean this Dracelian commando?
Yeah.
All right. This isn't a sabacc table,
Uh-oh.
but he's willing to play you for, you know, cash or whatever. He starts talking in Dracelian, which sounds a lot like Space Janitor.
Oh. Last one I talked to. I'm gonna. Mm, Can I roll languages?
Yep.
There it is. That one. That's a 20.
Yeah, you remember. So you don't understand him, surprisingly, because you've never heard this language before.
No. Not. I don't think I'm not trying to like translate his language directly, but just to get a does a general gist of like if he's inviting me to do something, if he's annoyed that I'm there, if
He's very
I
excited.
don't know.
He overheard Waltram Bellix talk about you all work for the Republic. He says, "Oh, New Republic? Ah, I used to work for the New Republic. There was this time where I used to go off, and me and my brothers were all soldiers for the Rebel Alliance. Oh, we used to do a lot of things in those days. Me and my brothers, we used to, do these things where they'd shoot us down to the planet. We'd shoot a bunch of stormtroopers. Now I'm just private security. People seem to like the fact that I don't have any hair, but don't seem to like the fact that I'm not Fondorian enough." And then he just keeps talking about he keeps going on about some of he just seems excited to talk to somebody.
I'm gonna be honest. Right now, I feel a little bit bad for asking this because under other circumstances, there's a version of me that would love to hear all about everything that you've done for the New Republic, for the Rebellion, who you were private security for, and I may very well ask you that a bit later. But I don't really trust them, and I gesture over to the table, and I'm just trying to listen to him a little bit. You know what? They'll either pass along useful information or not. But I will say this: when that guy leaves, when Bellix leaves, I'm gonna have to get up. We can enjoy pleasant conversation in a game till then. You set the wager. I'll learn how to play. Why not?
All right. Well, he says, "Well, if you want to chat in privacy, we can go down to the second floor." And the code word is, and then he says something. You got to roll your languages again if you want to understand what he said, because it sounds like.
This is go up to the second floor.
Yeah, remember there's another floor.
Yeah, it's like an upstairs.
I don't remember if I said it was upstairs or downstairs, but there is another floor, and I didn't want to
That was
break
invitation only,
continuity.
right? It was invitation only, right?
Yep.
That floor.
And he's trying to give you the code. Now, how is he approaching this? Is he just excited? Is he hitting on you? Who knows? The world of Katira is complicated. But he is trying to give you the code, and you got to roll your languages to see if you understand what the phrase is.
I'm gonna do one thing first.
Pout on my nose.
I will spend 2 character points on this. Excuse me, my lord. To really try and pay attention really well, and I do absolutely horrible.
And a 1 on your special. Well, here's the thing. You do understand the word. The secret word is prospina. But he says at the end, he says, and if you see Captain blah 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 down there, you should probably blah blah blah. And you just don't get what he's saying.
Wait, could you? I'm having a real. You mind if I bring a friend over to I'm not very good with languages. I got a ringing in my ears from a fight earlier. If I could have you tell me that last part about seeing the captain. I
All
got
right.
a room if you'd like to chat with him.
As you start to say that, this Rhodian obviously heard what he had said and starts walking over with this Gamorrean.
All right. Do they look threatening?
Yes.
That's good. I will I will turn and look at the Gamorrean and say, if this is about your missing ID card, I'll have you know that it wasn't me. It was that gent right over there. And I'll point over to toward Walter Bellix and Rem and the Fondorian, like in that
Oh
general
my God.
vicinity, all at once. And I'll say,
roll, roll your con.
but if you'd like to have a friendly chat about how we could get it back and make things a little bit better for the night, I'm willing to have that in my back room.
You say that to the Rhodian woman?
I hope.
Or the
I hope
Gamorrean? Or the
say that-
Dracelian?
In your back room. It's not a metaphor.
In my room, in private, I'd like to have a conversation in private. If that's not clear, I'm not very good, as I was just telling this Dracelian gentleman, not very good with languages. Having a rough time with him tonight. You
Well-
speak Gamor. That's your planet. You speak your language. He speaks Dracelian. You, I presume, speak Rhodian. But who knows at this point? If you'd like to hash this all out, I've got a room. We can talk in private. That's all I mean.
Okay, so actually,
roll
so
my
if,
con?
well, con, if
What do
you
you
want to
want to roll?
convince them about them stealing the wallet, persuade if you're saying, let's just all go up and hang out in my room now. But I gotta go to the bathroom. Be right back.
Well, I'm not lying about the wallet. All this because I just wanted to engage in make sure that I didn't look completely out of place while you guys were having your little gamble. I'm sorry for distracting.
Oh, no worries.
Um,
Rem's new plan is to get this guy wasted.
I'm gonna roll my con, because I don't want to have a friendly little chat in my private room. As soon as they walk in,
Well, you phrased that. You added this. You tacked that thing on the end before you even made the roll. So they have to fall for the con first before they can consider the second part, the conditional.
yeah. Well, it's not a con because Rem really did steal that Gamorrean's wallet purse.
Well, then that well, con would be if con is a skill that you use if you're trying to convince someone of a lie. If you're trying to convince someone of the
Right.
truth, that'd be more like diplomacy.
Yeah, like or persuade or yeah.
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 Dude, why are you ratting me out though? That's what I don't
Because
understand.
this Gamorrean looks like they want to fight me, and I
Also, you wouldn't
Yeah.
know. You were like out murdering droids and shit while I did that.
no, we all walked in. Well, you walked in a little bit before me, but I mean, Katira walks up to the window, looks in, and then walks up. I figure by that time Rem's at the bar.
But you
Right.
walked all the way around.
I walked all the way around after I went into the room. I mean, it's whatever. She said what she said. I'm gonna roll. You tell me what to roll, basically.
Well,
on
what do you
that.
want to do? Do you want to trick them into believing that? Or do you not care if they believe that or not, and you just want to persuade them all to go to your room?
I want to trick them all that I want to have a calm, private conversation in my room.
Okay, roll your con.
All right.
Although, wait, okay, but you are in the presence of hostile emotions.
Mm.
You do. The Gamorrean is like ready to fight,
Oh, really?
and there is a lot of anger coming from the Rhodian, but maybe not necessarily directed at you.
All right. All right. That changes that roll by 2 dice. Thanks. $23.
All right. Okay, so the Dracelian is like, which means let's go. And the Gamorrean is yeah, the Gamorrean's persuade. It's like, let's go fight in your room. But the Rhodian woman's like, wait. We don't need to have any sort of calm conversation here. And she sort of motions for the Gamorrean to calm down. And said,
I've already started walking towards my room.
we need to talk to your friend here. And sort of points to the Dracelian. And so the Dracelian kind of gets up and she puts her arm around the Dracelian and says, now, you mentioned a certain person that we don't like to talk about. And that's sort of all you hear before they stop talking. This woman seems like, you know what? I'm out of here. She's headed for the door. She does do a double take at Rim as she's about to leave and starts walking out. That's the Tapani woman of your same house.
Lead and lead.
Think she might have come here for color, and maybe it's too colorful for her.
I'll have you know, I was having a conversation with that Dracelian, and if you'd like to follow us to have a conversation elsewhere, then I'm not going to have a big argument about it right now on the floor. But everybody's having a nice time, and you get your damn hands off of him, or there's going to be trouble.
All right, so she sort of looks at you quizzically and then puts her hand to her ear as if she's waiting for someone to give her instructions. Roll a die. Okay, and while all this is 6. Okay, while this is happening, let's go back to our people over here at the Sabbath tables. So, actually, Joe, Jimmy, you haven't done anything. What do you want to do?
Yeah, Jam, aren't you in trouble because you failed to hack on the droid?
No. The droid's already wiped. Joe Jimmy's he's just chilled over there. I feel like if anything, he's like, where the hell could Katira go?
Roll your value. This would be my winking hint, like wink.
Yeah.
To Jawa Jimmy, which
What
Jawa Jimmy
kind of
has
value
a
is that?
skill. If he doesn't, he
60,
has a
60.
yeah.
Ray is a 60, yeah. Put them 60 in that value. 66. What do you got for value there, son? 23 on a value.
Okay, these are incredibly rare, incredibly expensive. If you can find the right buyer, you know this is a droid that's worth like 30,000 credits. Potentially more, because there's sort of, well, you don't know this, so I can't tell you, but it would be worth more. You sort of think, hey, it might be worth more to different houses in the Tapani sector. But as you're examining it, you're like, this is a really well-built droid. Like, you appreciate the craftsmanship. It has a lot of points of articulation.
Sparky could use a friend.
Sparky could always use a friend. And so could Jimmy.
I build all my friends.
I build all my friends, mostly from parts that I steal.
But this droid right now is totally wiped. There's well, I mean, there could be maybe some
I mean,
some
it's
miracle
wiped in
person,
terms
but
of it's wiped in data, but not necessarily in function.
Mhm.
If anything, Jawa Jimmy would know. Droid may be wiped in terms of who the ownership is in data in that sense. But at the end of the day, there's always a recovery. There's always a recovery. So if we're gonna play that game, Jawa Jimmy's gonna make sure you're gonna find the recovery and get this thing back online, and under his control, no less.
roll.
So
I want to do a reaction of how Sparky feels. So roll 1d4.
yeah, 1d4.
And
A 4.
And 4 is the highest.
And it's a 4.
Okay. So 4 the highest. Okay. Sparky. Would Sparky do this? Why not? Sparky says, copy his memory banks over into this droid.
Oh my gosh. Jawa Jimmy wouldn't hesitate at all. He'd be like, actually, buddy, time for you to get an upgrade.
But it's up to you if you want to have 2 Sparkies or if you want to move Sparky's information over to this.
Oh.
Hive mind.
I mean, but they might end up
And
not liking each other.
This is exactly why Jawa Jimmy doesn't want to necessarily have copies of Sparky.
They might kill each other.
Exactly.
They actually probably would.
They actually would.
They would.
Jawa Jimmy,
They're too alpha.
they're way too alpha.
They're like beta fish. It can't be the same.
Why did they call them alpha fish?
Yeah, why don't they call them alpha fish?
I'm sorry, did we just realize something really too late in our lifetime?
And why do they call them beta fish? They're clearly alpha fish. Don't worry, I'm going to write my Seinfeld spec script, and it's going to be Jerry Seinfeld doing that. I went to Petco the other day.
Even Seinfeld makes his way into Star Wars.
I would watch that show.
Star Wars Seinfeld?
Yeah.
I would too, because it'd be great to just see like TIE fighters blowing up in the background, and it's just people arguing in the front about nothing, ignoring the Civil War.
George would be like, I finally got that job on the Death Star.
Well, how's it going, George? They blow it up!
So yeah, Jawa Jimmy would 100% consider the proposal that that Sparky just made. But before Jawa Jimmy can do that, he's got to get the bot working. So Jawa Jimmy says, "Sparky, I got this. We'll get you. We'll get you. But first, let's get this thing back up and running."
All right.
So Jawa Jimmy's gonna focus on getting this thing up and running again.
Okay, roll your droid repair.
The droid repair is 60. And with the advanced, does the advanced droid engineering add to that as a bonus? I can't remember how that worked for the advanced.
I don't remember either. I don't remember if we made. Actually, we wrote it down because we've had this debate several times. I'm like 90% sure it's here in our skills.
Is it droid programming or droid engineer, or was it all the above? I remember
I think that droid engineering and droid repair are different, unlike computer engineering repair.
Which honestly should also be separate, but
that's fair. Here, I'll just roll the base d6. Base d6. Oh wait, that's d4. Oops. Oh, wow, that's not great at all. It's a 15 on a 66.
And what are you trying to do? Just get it to stand up and walk?
Just getting it powered on. So just at the most basic to make sure it can at least get back into working order, and that I can reprogram it. Effectively trying to get the recovery disk. It's like, hey, just boot up. Let's get it back into booting order.
All right. Sparky sees that you're. All right. Let's see. Sparky goes, easy, easy.
That's my new body. That's fine.
Yeah, and interesting. I was like,
No.
I didn't plan this out ahead of time, but I was like, I'll roll, like, we'll roll. Because if he rolled a 1, I was just going to have Sparky start dismantling the droid out of jealous rage.
But now with a different kind of jealous. The
Yeah.
envy.
The wearing another skin jealousy. Okay. All right. So
wait.
you can get it to turn
This is-
on. Is this the serial killer?
No, this is what I'm thinking here, right? Sorry, this is out of game meta. If Jawa Jimmy inserts the droid of Sparky's memory into this other droid, who would win? What? Is Sparky so overpowered that it would overpower everything, even if I try to keep some of the original functionality? So, sorry, I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm like, would AI fight each other?
They would, because we learned that in Solo.
Right. So, who is the stronger? Ooh, I do like this.
I mean,
I mean,
There
it's-
can be only one.
it could change
There can be
Sparky's
only-
personality. But I also think
Right.
Sparky does have a very dominant personality. And this stalker droid plays by whatever rules it's told, so.
Yeah. I like where this is going. Anyway, sorry, you were saying something earlier.
I mean, I was just going to say, it's going to take a while for you to get it with that low roll.
Oh yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's gonna take a while.
cool. Interesting. All right, let's see how this goes. Now that I spent all this time making that Sparky thing, we'll see. Okay. All right, so back over at the Savick table, Rim and Waltram have just done whiskey shots. Or, well, I don't know if you were sipping it, but Waltram definitely drank it.
Nice.
I hope this would result in a negative to his gambling skill.
I will roll stamina, but you will not see. Or maybe he gets superpowered by it. But he says, well, I do depend on the hospitality of strangers. That's from an old Rendilia Star Hollow I used to watch a lot. It's from a starship named Desire. All right. Rim? Or Zuda?
All right. Roll that roll. Roll. Really roll the roll.
Roll the roll.
Rolling.
These were worse rolls. You got 2 6s, which is good. All right, you get to 23.
I mean, he
What?
gets it an 8.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah, no, he's bad roll.
Yeah, I got it in 5.
Yeah.
All right, he tosses his cards and goes, "Ugh, this is the worst streak I've ever had. 2 in a row." And he says, "All right, well, I've never, said no to a good bribe when it's crossed my way. But a good bribe is good when the person owes you a favor. why don't you ask your New Republic Senator, Pierre Giroux, why he asked me to fire on you guys coming in? Now, he said warning shots. And I filled my, mining guild teams that were up there with criminals and or droids. So, no big loss on my part. But
Rem slides him another whiskey as he's talking. Just quietly, so it's like next to his hand.
if you roll a good enough sneak, you could just put it back in his hand.
Oh, no, I wasn't sure. Okay, yeah, I could do that. I was just trying to put it around where it was, so you might just grab it.
Well,
without
still
thinking.
roll a sneak.
Dang, hold on, I accidentally closed the tab. Ugh.
You want to know your sneak?
Yeah, it's 3 and
3D plus 2.
Yeah. Rem, sneaking is not his strong suit for sure. Worst I've ever done.
16? Not bad. I mean, it's not like he's going to catch you and be like, why are you putting a whiskey down near me?
Yep.
So he motions to Zuda, says, does that satisfy you?
I don't know if satisfies is the right word, but I do thank you for the information and for the game.
Yeah. And then this night, we've got this gangster in the back room. We've got these killers in the front. We got you all coming in. I was on a hot streak, but now that I'm losing, I think I might just pack it in and go. Now that you've got what you want, and I'm sure you're gonna go whine and tell your senator and tell him what I told you, and then he's gonna try to get it so I don't owe him a favor anymore, or he doesn't owe me a favor anymore. Whatever. He's stumbling a little bit, but this protocol droid he sort of leans on, who sort of came with him, and says, all right, well, since nobody's going to kill me tonight, I think I better go kill myself at my own apartment. I think I'll take my leave.
Yeah, why don't I give you an escort out? We want to make sure that no one does kill you before you're able to get home, of course.
All right.
And by the by, I'm not here to kill you.
I appreciate it. We weren't really trying to kill you guys, but I'll take a favor where I can get it. Right, she's almost out the door too.
If I see them departing, I'll decide that this isn't worth it. Look,
Stay camp for the Giselian.
I'm trying to motion to Rem, like, follow us.
Okay.
Because if someone is coming to kill him tonight, they'd have to try before they left.
So, Rob, I downloaded Tailspin and I tried to create things in it, and it took.
You mean Tailspire?
Yeah, that's it. No, Tailspin with Baloo and Cloud.
That's what I was thinking when you said that.
King
I was like, ooh, are we gonna play with those maps?
Tailspin.
Woo-wee-oh.
Oh-wee-oh. Tailspin. Oh-wee-oh. Tailspin.
Fun fact.
Flying together through thick and thin. It's another tailspin.
Fun fact. I named Blaine Hansom's ship the Starhawk after the Sea Duck. Because honestly, I was like, as a kid, I was like, this is the best job of all time. You just
Because it makes so much sense. Because the like Caribbean runner smuggler is exactly who George Lucas based Han Solo off of.
yeah.
Perfect.
All right. So as you guys are all walking this way, guess what? This door opens. And who's behind this
Whoa.
door? Well,
Jawa Jimmy?
this guy. He looks like a... This guy steps out. He's got his blaster trained on you.
Uh-oh.
He's wearing... let me see if I can flip him over to you. Because he looks very unthreatening. Pointing the
Oh
right
yeah,
way.
I see it.
There he is. Okay, so he looks like a combination of Mandalorian and the Rocketeer.
That's
And
pretty cool.
after him, well, there is a Qualish. Not as cool.
The first guy is ready to shoot you. The second guy is ready to give you a hug.
All right. And you see another woman who looks like someone we're all very familiar with at this time. She looks, well, what do you think she looks like?
Katira 2.0.
And then
I'm
you
glad that when you think of strong, threatening women, you think of Katira.
and you see this little droid
Dangerous
with
ninjas.
one giant hand on it rolls out afterward. And this person, so the Queller says, "All right, stop, stop, or we're gonna shoot you." And they're talking to this group that's wandering over here. And Jawa Jimmy, you can hear it from where you are.
I felt like Jawa Jimmy would be so absorbed trying to get this robot repaired that Sparky doesn't actually kill him. That he'll be paying attention, but mostly he'll be focusing on the droid repair.
So this guy stumbles out. Waltram stumbles out and goes, "Hey, look, I don't know what I did or what money I took from you, but I'm just a guy that likes to go out and as he's saying this Mandalorian armor wearing person shoots him by the feet, so he stops talking and falls over, and he says, "No, we're not here for you." And this woman steps in front and says, "You killed my aunt. I'm here to kill all of you."
And I'm like,
Now, was Rem part of the group when the ant was killed?
Because I feel like I'm paying for your problems.
I don't recall killing any ants.
In fact, you weren't. But you killed other people that look like her.
Well, she looks very menacing.
So it's her fault. Way to blame women.
Zuda pulls out his data pad of his kill list and is trying to look for female names, and it's like, wait. Did I?
Wait, where? I thought Katira was down here. Well,
No, Katira was up there with them, and she's kind of watched them start walking, and then was like, "Oh no, you know what? Maybe they got it. Maybe I could go upstairs and see what this Prospina." And then she sees all this start happening.
yeah. So obviously, this woman is dressed as a Night Sister. Obviously.
Yeah.
Oh, we
And
killed
to be
that
fair,
one.
if you think or want to say that Katira would tell them because that's another option. But you started moving them, and I didn't want to interrupt anything that was going on. So if you want her to be down there, I don't have a problem with that because she would have
You could do
started to
whatever
walk
you
along with
think
them as well.
Katira would have done if you saw the staggering together. So Rem, you know this is a Night Sister. You've seen the Night Sisters. Now
Yeah, we
Zuda,
killed one of them. She was like riding a
Zuda-
dinosaur, right?
Would not know who the Night Sisters are.
but wouldn't Zuda just be like, maybe this is true? I feel like when you live Zuda's life, you might be like, I don't know, maybe I did kill someone. Maybe I did
That's
kill
why
Ren.
he's double checking the list, and he's like, wait, did
I would love it if like Zuda Zorbo had like a index card list of like, okay, this is what I did. You can't quite place it, but if you want to identify any of these people, because they all seem like they're sort of I don't know, dressed, you can roll your search. But either way, everyone's gonna have to roll their perception for an order.
Combat.
For what? For no reason?
Combat and
Or fight.
combating.
Holy shit.
Oh.
Did you see that?
Test your might.
Look at that roll, guys. Come on.
Wait, how did that work? How did you get? Oh shit! Yeah, 2 6s.
2 6s, baby.
Yeah, I think that she'd start to watch them and then bring her attention kind of back and see like what she might be able to do, and then like, oh yeah, they're walking with them, they got it in hand, and then she'd see this, and we'll go from there. I guess we'll leave her up there, which is. Don't you call my moves out before I do them. What the heck?
Oh, nice. You brought the weather with you.
Okay.
Ooh, that
Is that what
sounds
you're saying,
awful, and
Papa?
I vow to never visit the East Coast during the summertime.
Still spring, right?
I don't know if that was what I wanted to get out of that story, but it was frightening for me. I was like, did I just shrink all of a sudden? What's going on? All right, give me 1 second.
We got 21, 18, 15. Jimmy. Jawa James.
Something tells me Jawa Jimmy wouldn't even get involved in this.
That's possible.
Because the door's still shut. They don't know I'm in here. They don't know I'm repairing things. I feel like this is messed up. They would be like, "There's combat? No, I gotta get this drawer repaired." Like, my life's on the line. Like, Sparky is not gonna be too happy if I screw this up.
I got things to do, guys.
I got places to be. Somehow, I honestly pictured Joe and Jimmy just being like, the boys are at it again. Just like continuing to repair.
The boys are back in town.
Oh, those guys.
Boys will be boys.
Well, that was an interesting spot to come into. All right, let's see. What did everyone roll? Okay, so Rem, you got a 21.
And then 18 for Katira and 15 for Zuda.
And what about Jimmy?
Jimmy's not participating in the battle if no one knows he's back there.
What about
So
Sparky? Would Sparky hear this? Or
I
Sparky
don't
too
know if
fixated?
Sparky would. He's still. I feel like both Jawa Jimmy's fixed on repairing the bot because now he realized Sparky really wants to have that bot for his own body,
Do you guys watch?
and Jawa Jimmy's like,
Well, I mean, wouldn't that be a list of priorities for Sparky? Like, sure, he could use a new body and undergo surgery, but it's never a good time to undergo surgery during a firefight.
Or is he like, one final kill in this body? But do you guys watch It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
occasionally.
All
But
right.
go on.
Well,
Watched it
there's
for a while, but yes.
well, there's one character who he keeps talking about wearing another person's skin, and they're like, "Did you kill your wife? Did you push her off the ledge?" No, but I. And then he starts talking about he found this wallet and started pretending to be this person and just loved the way it felt to be on another person's skin. And everyone's like, he's definitely a serial killer. And that's sort of how I feel about Sparky, where Sparky's like loves killing, but now he's like, time to wear someone else's skin in the scariest, weirdest, grossest way.
I like how my roles end up determining the most like ridiculous stories that end up coming out of this campaign. It's like,
But that's I think the best part about RPG is I'm not here to tell a story. I'm here to we're here to facilitate things. All right.
see what the dice roll.
21. Let's see if you guys go first. Okay. Wow. Okay. Okay. Nope. You guys go first. So, Rim, Mr. 21, you go first.
Lucky 21. Yeah, let's just shoot that one chick in the face a few times, maybe.
A few times, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe a few times. Oh, I forgot how much freaking damage my stuff does and everything. Well, I guess I have to hit her first, right? So
I like how you sound like if you have the New York accent. You're in the face a few times, maybe. Why not?
Well, you know.
I closed my freaking character sheet.
I just wrapped her in the
Wait, did I
face a
actually
few
close
times.
my
Is that
character?
illegal?
I thought this was America. This was the New Republic.
Character sheet. Heavy blasters.
Have fun with your heavy blasters, boys.
So it's if I wanted to take 2 shots, it would be minus 1d for each one, right?
Right, but your blaster does have a rate of fire of 1 because it shoots twice already?
It shoots twice.
I don't remember, does it? What was the question?
Yeah.
Can it shoot
okay.
twice though?
Yeah, it's rate of fire 1.
Yeah, you can only shoot once at one target, and you get it 2 shots.
No, but I have 2
But
of them.
he has 2 of them though, yeah.
Ooh, what a... Okay, so you could... Yep. You could...
What a cheap trick.
Hey, what a cheap trick. Yes, they both be at minus 1d, and you'd roll 4 times.
Well, I rolled a hit twice, and then I rolled damage. If I hit, right?
Yeah.
Then I rolled damage twice.
Well, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, no, so it fires twice, right? Let's see.
I thought it was like if you hit them with both bolts.
Yeah, let's see.
That's
yeah,
how
you're
we've
right.
been-
You're right.
Yep.
That's right.
Cool. Yeah, so I'm gonna shoot in her face twice.
Alright.
So here's shot 1,
And you're doing it minus 1d.
shot 2. Yeah.
Okay, and you're trying to shoot her twice. Ooh, let's see.
Yep.
This might end it quick.
Wow.
Oh, well, you got her. Go ahead and roll your damage 4 times.
Okay, I think it's 5d, and then there's no crit for that, is there?
No.
It's just roll 5d6.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh, not good on the last one.
One, two, two. Okay.
3.
All right.
3 wounds. And then Rem says, I don't take kindly to being accused of killing people that I don't remember killing.
So why
You thought I killed someone? I'll kill you for that.
Oh, she's stunned.
Triple stun.
Excuse me. What is stunned?
Minus 1d for this round and next.
Yeah, I know. So I mean, at this point,
She's not hurt, right? She's just stunned with those, right?
she is.
Also,
Seems like a good opportunity for somebody with a knife to come up and stab her.
And gutter.
cross the room.
Okay. Yeah, you got her with a bunch of bolts, but you know from your experience, people dressed like her are hard to kill. But you do feel good that you literally got 4 shots off on her, weakening
Nice.
her as the turn starts. All right. So next is 18, which is Katira.
How does the Rhodian and Gamorrean respond to all this?
Okay, so on your side, some blaster bolts ring out. They start running this way. And
Huh.
apparently that's a door over there.
Yeah, to a room that I saw.
Yeah, remember there was somebody in there?
It was somebody I saw from Night Day, I think.
Nope. I do like how it keeps changing each time.
No, I mean that's where I think.
Oh.
I also like how this bar is like gambling house, entertainment bar, but also like ambush hall. They got like
Oh.
4 hidden rooms.
What a great name for a bar, the Ambush Hall.
The ambush hall. I was thinking that's why this place is so high up on a pedestal. Is that because of all the firefights that break out? It's not going to affect the rest of the neighborhood.
You just fly away. They're not. It's not going to lower the property value. And they can just fly away with their jetpacks.
Can I roll anything to see if I can remember who this person is?
Yeah. Eventually, we're gonna get to the point where it's like, you killed my brother's dad's roommate. I'm here to kill you. Really grasping
You
at straws.
killed my father's brother's sister's cousin's former roommate.
What does that make us?
Absolutely nothing. which is what you are about to become.
What is it, would the, I'm trying to remember who the pirate person might be.
The pirate person.
Yeah, in the room that I looked in the window of earlier. You
Well,
know?
I love how they're fighting this unknown woman, Night Sister, and you're like, no, forget that. Who is this pirate person?
Well,
Sure, roll
okay.
your knowledge.
So my thought is these guys just ran towards that door, and I was wondering if they were going to respond to the fact that there was a firefight happening, like they were going to try and jump me, right? But the fact they ran that way, and I know who's in there, I'm like, okay, who was that in there?
You seem to
14.
remember him also in a gambling den like this. Pretty recently, too.
Yeah. Been to way too many gambling sins recently.
Have you, though?
Let's think. The Bodo Wodawana.
That tower place where we talked about unrefined spice, and Drew said that she just loved jizz.
How was that your number 2 memory?
There's also the other bar that we went to when we were there. There's the underwater bar place. Well, kind of underwater bar place.
No. More recent than all of those.
More recent than the Bodo Wodawana. There's the Coruscant bar. Is it somewhere Katira went?
Yep.
And I got nothing here. All right. I'm just gonna have to. Did they look worried as they ran?
I don't know. It was a Gamorrean and a Rhodian.
Stupid.
And she
Rhodians.
took all of her
Sorry, Zuda.
curves with her as she left. I remember when they were doing like the Me Too movement in Hollywood, and they were just like that. This was like what was like a common male trope in scripts. After reading that, I'm like, that is the funniest thing. I just gotta throw it in wherever I can.
It's just, she took her curves with her.
Yeah, it's like and she took all her curves with her.
I mean, how far can I make it?
Meanwhile,
what's the scale here?
Rhodian beauty standards are like, oh, gross, curves?
We like I'm flat as a board.
How
I was
what's the movement?
describing the Gamorrean. Sorry.
What's the space? What space do you think I could move here? Like, is this half space, double space? I mean, 10 meters is well, I don't know. I mean, a
Yeah,
stage
it's 10.
that's
Yeah, for sure. I know it's
Okay.
it's spaced out, right? You could go 10.
mm, I really don't know who this guy was.
I'm surprised actually. Because you thought he was someone else last time you met him. And I had it
I thought he
correct
was
you.
Nim.
No, you didn't.
Is he Nim?
No, you thought he was Honda Naka.
Oh yeah, that's true too.
Well, he said, no, he's not a weak way. He's a Nemoidian. And you said, are you sure? And I said, yes.
But are you sure? Yeah, I got nothing. I can't
And I said
remember
he's an
anything right
original
now.
character like Ricky Rouse.
I don't like. It can't be anything in the Nightshade arc, which there were a lot of.
It was in the Nightshade arc.
But I didn't go anywhere in the Nightshade arc with everybody else. So Katira shouldn't know
didn't
who
you?
he is then, right?
Didn't you?
I guess I did. But I was the GM. How would I know these things?
Didn't Katira go somewhere in the Nightshade arc?
Oh, she went somewhere during the Nightshade arc. She went elsewhere. And I went, know what?
I can't hold everybody else up for this. I will have to puzzle this out in my head later. Yeah, I'll Is there cover on the stage? Is there a lip or anything there?
I mean, unless you hide behind the Bith.
Yeah. These musical instruments look like they're relatively large. You know what? Do I recognize this Night Sister at all? And have any idea whose auntie I killed?
I mean, we go through this again. I mean, she just looks like a Night Sister. And at this point, how many Night Sisters have we killed?
Yeah. No, you're right.
Well, no, it's only 2 or 3
Yeah.
or 4.
Yeah.
Oh, 45.
I will. So there's this guy in bounty hunter armor, and what'd you say? That's an Aqualish?
Yep. He's wearing he's wearing medical scrubs.
I'll shoot
And he's got
the
hoof
bounty
hands.
hunter. I'll shoot at the bounty hunter twice, and then I have a comment, but I'll shoot at the bounty hunter twice with a pistol and all. What is my skill? Sorry, I've taken way too long. Firearm 70, so I'll shoot at him 2 times, 60 for each shot. 25 to hit and 24 to hit.
Is the Dr. Tyber Zann's apprentice?
Oh, you miss.
Ugh.
But I mean, he got 3 6s in that, which is pretty great.
And I will just say, look, you're gonna have to be a lot more specific than killed your auntie, because I've killed a lot of people's aunties. And if you've got a niece or a nephew, you're about to be next. And I will I want to kind of like hide behind the Bith a little bit and use their musical instrument as a shield.
All right,
Or
well,
as cover.
they're going to start running away. But I mean, maybe you can hide behind whatever this
Fine. You know what?
omnibox
As they run,
is.
I'm gonna trip one of them just because. And I'll say, Big Grandan, he's a crap jizz player.
Bigger Dan sends his regards from hell.
And then I'll say, you remember, Barquin is the real deal. All right, go ahead.
All right. Now, Zuda, it is your turn. People have missed this guy. People have hit. She's been hit, so she's at a negative. So in front of you, you see this Night Sister. She's not holding a dagger. She's holding a whip. And behind her, you see a Mandalorian. Well, someone in Mandalorian armor mixed with the Rocketeer. You see a hoof-handed Aqualish in medical gear. You see this little droid with one giant hand sticking out of it. What do you do?
Let's see. I have. Don't want to cause too much damage to the bar, so let's start with a flash grenade.
I was gonna say, is this like a new, mature Zuda, or is this a Zuda having flashbacks to the last mission?
Yes, I think he's starting to feel the error of his ways, but only just.
Love it.
But I also want to shoot right after that, so I'll roll that with -1.
All right, so you say you want to throw a flash grenade. So non-lethal, maybe it'll blind some people, or stun them.
Yes, it'll. I'm pretty sure it will blind some people if they fail their.
All right, so if you get it from 0 to 3, it does 8d stun damage.
Oh, nice. Okay.
All right, so where were you trying to throw it?
Oh, just right behind the Night Sister, and then in front of the not Mandalorian.
All right.
Then what is it? 8d6 stun.
0 to 3, it sure does. And yep, you throw it there with no problem. Dang, 28.
But just how far is the outside range of the stun grenade? Would it be
It goes 0 to 3, then
0 to
6,
3?
then 9.
Oh. Yeah, I think that hits everyone else. So it was like, how many was at the 9 distance? How many D was that?
All right, so 6 is 60. And then at 9, it's only 4D.
I don't know, man. I think I'm out.
The grenades, the solution to and cause of all of problems.
All right, that was a 13.
And did you roll the d6 damage too?
Oh yeah. I rolled the d6 damage for the for the 9 range because no one else was within 6.
I think so though, right? No?
Oh, well, I guess if you want to count the droids.
Oh yeah, you're right. Just the droids. That's not, doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah, okay. All right, so 28 for the people that are up close, which is great, and then 13, which is helpful to everyone else. Okay, so let's say you rolled, okay, so you rolled your 28, 24, 18, 24, 18, wow, I think you might have ended this pretty early.
Nice.
Okay, so let me get the Here we go. All right, so she is the one that takes the least amount of damage, but is still, you can tell she's only sort of stunned. I mean, she'll be knocked out for this round, but you don't stun her again, she will definitely get up. Let me put something here so you know you got one round of her lying on the ground. This guy, he is also down for a round. If you don't do anything, he will try to get back up and honestly probably run away. Dr. Klops over here is... You know, I didn't get to introduce any of these people, which is very disappointing. I wrote names and backstories for all of them. This was Dr. Klops.
Jordan, you need to stop doing this to yourself.
Well, we have Death Stick. We have Ray Galdrecca. We have Dr. Klops, or Doc Klops. And we have Orphan Hand over here.
Orphan Hand?
He has one giant hand. All right, he is circus overloaded, twirling around on the floor like R2-D2, and he passes out. This one this woman over here passed out. She was just I don't know, flirting with these droids over here.
She was standing between the droids because they made her feel safe.
She
needed to feel safe tonight.
She was attracted to strength, whether it was people or inanimate objects. And now they're all inanimate objects, so they're all knocked out. Okay, so now everyone else has to roll against what was your 13?
That was the 9 range, yeah.
So Zuda, you have to roll your own strength.
Do I have to roll it at -1 since it's my own turn?
No, so this is actually your own strength roll, so it's not a negative. It's like your base, like your muscles don't get weaker.
Okay. Do I roll stamina because it's stun damage or just straight up strength?
Straight up strength, according to what I'm reading. You take 1 stun damage, so you're just at minus 1d. All right, let me roll for Waltram. Passes out. Okay.
Wait, our friend passed out?
Yeah. You now also roll your strength.
No, I'm away. I think I'm too far.
No.
Zuda's final No, you're not. Roll your strength. Grenades. Why is it always grenades?
I like how Jimmy's just on the side and he hears the explosion. He's like, yeah, I made the right call this time.
Well, there you go.
Hit for 8.
8?
Well, yeah, but it's stun damage. So basically you just fall down on the ground.
Oh, okay. Let me take a quick nap then.
Yeah.
I'm not hanging out with this guy anymore. He's hitting me with grenades. Chucking grenades and crowded clubs.
I'm sick of this shit. Constantly
In my
passing out.
defense, this was a non-lethal quotation marks grenade, not a freaking thermal detonator.
Right.
Katira.
Which almost killed Rob, that was wild. I misread the dice and was like, oh no. What a nightmare. So they're all passed out, but Only Katira and Zuda can continue to make them unconscious. All right, so what are you going to do? At this point, all the droids start swarming around, but, you know, it's up to...
Can I make... Well, I did roll at -1D to throw the grenade. So I'm going to make one last shot. I guess stun? I got to stun the... deal more stun damage to the collapsed Night Sister.
Got it. Go ahead and
with my
roll.
blaster.
I mean, you just don't roll all ones or roll below like a 6. Which we have seen before. Oh, yeah. Well, go ahead and roll that damage.
Oh, wait. My character sheet doesn't have the stats for heavy blaster. Is that
It's 5d6.
5d6?
Just not like your railgun, which I feel is like your signature weapon. Well, okay. Well, she is out for... Well, I'll roll for it, but she is... She is out. There we go. All right, so a couple of droids run over. Music stops. The bit stop, and then they start walking back over. These droids start moving inside, clanking around. It's up to you guys if you want to stick around, or if you want to just bounce right now.
The music stopped. Boy had heat, and he got dropped.
It's probably a good time to call it, I think, right?
Yeah, we can get on to the cleanup of this situation later. And now we have an unconscious head of a mining operation in our hands.
And an unconscious Rem.
I think I'm the only one
Graham's
who's unscathed, right?
unconscious too.
All
Am I
right, so
the only one unscathed of this mission so far?
you and Katira.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're saying like you want to pause the mission here, or are you saying like let's all sneak out the back, or what are you saying?
No,
I turned to Rem and I'm like,
because I mean,
all right,
we got
Rem,
him on
help
the
me carry
ropes.
this guy. Rem?
Yeah, I'm here. You
No,
can-
I
can you
was
hear me?
like, Zuda turns to Rem and he's like, okay, here, help me carry this guy. Rem?
But Rem's.
Oh,
Rem?
I'm KO'd. That's right. That's right.
Hey, we can pause here.
Yeah, it's a good pausing point.
You know, now that everybody's KO'd anyway, we'll just, take that time.
Okay, I've got maximum strength for Rodian. I'll try to carry both of you out of here.
I mean, or we could leave it where... I mean, we probably should resolve it so you guys are leaving this area.
Yes.
Although, I will say, both Katira and Jawa Jimmy, you both get a message saying, take the lightsaber.
Oh.
No.
And Jawa Jimmy, you don't quite understand it, but you're like, I think I should go out there and steal this thing. Makes sense.
I love how even as a GM, you're like, yeah, Jawa Jimmy would do that.
I mean, it makes sense to you. Someone's telling you to do it. It might not make sense how you're getting this message, but you're like, that does sound like something I would do. And Katira, you also hear this.
Does Jawa Jimmy even know where this? Can
Have I
Jawa
been
Jimmy?
muted this whole time?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Where's the
have.
lightsaber?
Yeah. Does
It's on,
Jawa Jimmy even know where to
It's
steal
on
it?
the Night Sister. No.
Oh, lightsaber.
Yeah.
But
So I
you
was
default
saying
point
I'm
in
fine
that
with.
direction.
I think that if everybody's like we need to pause here, we can pause here, or we can incapacitate further these people and take them out with us.
You'll have to come up with some excuse for taking them out because the B2 battle droids are, you know.
Focused on them, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know, they got a bit drunk. We're good friends. You know, normally
We
things
just
get a
love
little bit crazy
stunning each
sometimes.
other.
Just like to pretend that we're gonna jump each other and do stuff that's ridiculous. It's all in good fun.
But are you going to say this, or is this your practice round?
No, I'll this is what
right.
I'll say.
Sorry. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. One second.
Jawa Jimmy is gonna go in the meantime, calm Katira and be like, "Hey, did you get something about a lightsaber been around here?"
I mean, there is. Why do you how do you know there's a lightsaber around here?
I don't know.
A mysterious text.
I contact Zuda. Jimmy is stubborn to the point of like he doesn't believe that there's a force. I love this aspect of him. He doesn't want to believe there's a force, even though he's seen the Night Sisters. He's seen where Mary's like, Psh, that's just nonsense. Me getting thrown in the air, psh, that's just wind. Like he refuses to believe the force is real, and I like that idea that he's so stubborn that he's just like, no, that's not a real thing. This is not real. However,
Coincidence.
he is completely, I won't say taken over by a dark forces, but he's influenced heavily by his lightsaber, which is very evil. It's clearly
Localized
evil.
gravitational phenomena. Nothing special.
And so the idea that like voices will tell him like, you should grab me, you should use me. He's like, I guess I could.
Oh,
Like,
you talking about your
sorry, I'm
lightsaber?
describing to Zuda
Yeah.
the mantra of Jawa Jimmy,
I feel
and
like
just how he's
Jawa Jimmy just gaslights himself into be like, nah, I don't believe it.
yeah, it's not real.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What? You talking
that's my choice.
Shh, lightsaber.
You shush you. I got things to do.
Shush. I gotta talk to this other droid. Ooh, maybe Jawa Jimmy sees his talking lightsaber as a droid.
I don't know if I can go that far. I think he'd be like, there's that voice again. Like, he's just.
I guess Jawa Jimmy is just crazy. That's why I refer to my Jawa Jimmy in third person.
He just gets more irritated when he hears like, yeah, I know. You told me there's a lightsaber around here. Where is it? Like almost like he's frustrated that something's whispering to him and doesn't know what it is. Can't conceive what that person is or what that thing is. That isn't actually a force. That's evil. Just like, yeah, go get me. He's like, Psh, why would I get? Who are you? Why would I get you?
Where are you?
Who are you?
Who
Who's
are
your
you?
daddy?
And what does he do?
What does he do? Sorry. A little off topic there.
Well, anyway,
So yeah,
both of you get this message.
Like just in our head.
Yep. And it's not an ask. You feel like you need to do this.
I feel like a tier would beat me to it.
I'm trying to tell these droids, no, we're good friends. You know, we get a little drunk sometimes. I bought the room over there. They bought the room over here. Thought we'd get a jump on each other. I thought they were gonna come later. They came earlier. You know, it's a whole thing.
We
Let's
signed up
take
for the
them out of
ambush
here.
room special.
I mean, like,
The ambush room. If I ever open up a music venue, it's going to be called the ambush room. What a great name. Oh,
These names are just so. Zuda Zorbo's got a gift.
yeah. The ambush room. Gosh.
I mean, like, look, nobody's actually hurt. We threw a stun grenade. That's our whole thing. We,
All right. Well,
know,
roll your persuade. We're gonna persuade
You
these
do
B2
remember-
battle droids.
Rem tried to shoot that lady twice in the face.
and she was fine, and you're unconscious from the unconscious grenade.
Well, roll your persuade. Hey,
That's really high.
yeah, not bad.
For
Okay,
a
so as you say to
6'8"
say, what about sir on the ground and other sirs on the ground?
Well, and so there's this this droid with one arm and the Aqualishan robes, right?
Yep, doctor's robes. Qualish doctor
Yeah.
robes.
If anything goes wrong, we keep the doctor with us to make sure he can provide quick and helpful treatment. And the droid's his assistant.
Okay, as you say this, seems like everything's calmed down a little bit, and the Bith people start nervously playing a song, but nobody's in the same mood. But they're covering a little bit. The B2 droids are on high alert, and they're just standing around ready to shoot someone.
Let's
Hey, I'm gonna call it. My
Okay.
character is incapacitated anyway, so.
You know
Would
what?
it- would it
Way to be in character. Like, all right, well, I'm sleeping in the game. I'm sleeping in real life.
All right, see you guys later.
All right, see you in 2 weeks.
All right, bye.
Bye.
I'll catch you guys later.
All right.
Wait, are you all sleeping?
Well, yeah, it's like 11 o'clock. I gotta go to work tomorrow.
Oh well, it's 2 a.m. for me, and I'm still doing it.
Oh, right.
go to work. I'll do that.
Well, I don't
eventually.
go into work. I just wake up and just work, which is wild.
And you're there.
Well, let's at
It's
least
everywhere.
let's at
It's
least
everywhere.
resolve this scene. Be a minute or two, right? Just resolve
Okay.
I mean, if you don't want to do anything else, you can bounce. But like, let's at least resolve leaving this area, because what happens next is, remember, and actually, Rob, you might not because you weren't here. Everyone had there was a couple of options to do things, and I was like, you could do two different things, and then the next day it is the negotiations that Boda wanted to come and see, even though he's not here. So you could do two things, and this is the second thing. And as soon as this ends, it's the negotiations.
I see. Okay.
So let's resolve this so we can start on a new slate.
Really kind of disappointed that I'm over here instead of over there, mentally in my head, figuring out who that guy was in that room.
Oh, come on, it's not that hard. What was the one
know,
thing? What was the one thing you did during the Call of the Deadly Nightshade? The one mission you didn't jam.
I can't remember.
Rem's very first mission.
Oh yeah, no, that's true. Rem's first mission, we went to a bar and they broke in and they wanted to take all the money. And we shot some people and we left.
He was there.
And they
shot
even
each
said
other.
who they were.
They did it.
Oh man.
They even said who their allegiances were.
Man, this is
Uncharacteristic of Katira.
really
I thought
Really?
you would get this like. I'm being harder on you because I honestly thought you would get this right away.
And I definitely am really kicking myself that I can't remember this right now because I forgot about Rem's first mission was in the middle of the or well, it was like the tail end of it, right?
Yeah.
No, it was in the middle of it because it was near the back end, but yeah. Man, why can't I remember knowing the names of
It's
at
recorded.
least one of the gangs too, and it had to do with Tyber Zann too.
It absolutely did.
Oh, that
And
might be
if
more
everyone
important.
wasn't stunned, you might know more about that.
All right. Well, when I come up, does this armor look like legitimate Mandalorian armor?
You roll your knowledge. Like you understand Mandalorian armor now.
Base knowledge or
I thought you had a
Mandalorian knowledge?
Yeah, Mandalorian knowledge.
not bad.
27. Wow.
27.
Okay. So it is a Mandalorian helmet. It is a Mandalorian chest plate and armbands, but you notice that everything else is like not worn correctly. Like underneath it's not tucked in correctly. The way that the armor is sort of worn on the person. Now, so in Dune, when they're like, "Oh, you just wore your stealth suit," like you know how to wear it. It's the exact opposite. It's like this person didn't know what they're doing, but it is Mandalorian armor.
Yeah, I really like. I mean, I know we got to carry. Dude, I don't know how much you can carry, but we need to carry these two out. The doctor. Could you make sure, because he's kind of on retainer, he's not quite really normally a doctor that, he doesn't hang out with us or anything. Could you make sure that when he comes to, he understands that there is no longer a need for his service, and I'll hand over or I'll press 100 credits to the droid and I'll say, but I'll take these two off your hands. They're not hurt. They're just unconscious. Got to talk to them. Just kind of go over like what we did that was stupid and what we could do better next time to make sure that we don't, let them get the drop on us and how they pack too closely together for the flashbang and, things along those lines.
Right. But you're gonna have to roll a persuade. This is crazy. Also, I love how you're just like abandoning Dr. Klops.
I can't carry all these people.
I like to call him Doc Klops.
$26.
The droid says, "Next time, do not play your games in this establishment, civilian."
You are absolutely correct. And much like the droid at the front there, you look like you are quite well maintained. I don't know if you do that yourself or where you get the service, but this is impressive. Here, I'll put the credits right on the doctor himself right now, and I'd like to pickpocket the doctor.
Okay, roll your pickpocket. Okay, so you're gonna but the main thing here is still roll this, but you're gonna take the Mandalorian kid. Good lord, 41. That's the high roll of the night. You're gonna take the Mandalorian kid. You're gonna take the Night Sister, and you're gonna take the droid. Or no
I figure
droid?
the droid. I said the droid is his assistant.
Okay. Okay, so you're gonna take the Mandalorian kid and the Night Sister, and you guys are gonna leave and just go back to your hotel or something like that until the thing starts. Is that the goal?
It seems like that's probably the goal because I don't think that anybody wants to stay here with some likely. I mean, the other option is to bring them into the room and argue over whether they're going to kill them or incapacitate them and steal their stuff.
Right.
But I think that we could move things along rather than get tied up in,
Yes, I mean, there's two more ambush rooms that haven't opened up. I don't want to stick around for that.
All right, and what do you want to do with Walter?
I like the ambush rooms a lot.
Do you want to send Waltram to? Do you want to take him with you, or do you want to send him back home?
I should probably send him back home. I just wanted to make sure that he got out of
He
here safely.
did say he was going to kill himself.
But it could have been
Well,
metaphorical with alcohol.
Good thing we knocked him out. He won't be able to do it until the next morning, when hopefully his head clears.
Okay, all right. So I think we've resolved all the questions. I'm writing my notes down. So okay, you're taking those two. I think in 2 weeks we'll pick it up in the stately hotel room that they gave that the master of the shipyards gave. So we'll pick it up there. Maybe do something quick and then go right into the negotiations. So 2
Yes,
weeks.
interrogations, then negotiations.
Oh, there it is. There's a good title for a mission tagline. Although, David, so if you could stay on just a minute. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Who grabbed the lightsaber?
I presume that, well, one, I do pickpocket the doctor, and two, I presume that when I'm carrying her, does Jimmy know where the lightsaber's at?
No, the
No,
lightsaber.
Jimmy doesn't even know the
the
lightsaber.
lightsaber is on the Night Sister.
Yeah.
Right, but Jimmy doesn't even know. So for context, to give more credibility to Katira, Katira knows exactly what lightsaber is. Jimmy just has no idea because he's still in the room. The door's still shut.
Yeah,
So
sure.
he wouldn't actually know where this is coming from. He's like, yeah. There's
But
the
you.
lightsaber.
All right, so Katira, you don't have any evil lightsabers anymore, right?
I don't know. You're right.
No.
Although
Only
Jimmy,
does.
you do.
Jimmy definitely does.
Okay, so
Katira just got the ring.
Katira takes the lightsaber off of the Night
Oh.
Sister, and Jimmy, all you can hear is, Jimmy, you keep hearing, hey, open me up and put me in that lightsaber. From your lightsaber. Your lightsaber, you feel like the crystal inside keeps being like, hey, come on. What's the harm? Steal it from your friend. Put that in there. And if there's one person who is oblivious, it's Jimmy. But you hear this nonstop. And Katira, the lightsaber that you steal looks more like a rapier handle than an actual lightsaber that you know. It's old. It looks very old, ornate. Not something you know.
So this is role playing hard. So Jawa Jimmy did contact Katira. It's like, hey, did you hear a voice about a lightsaber? So Jawa did calm Katira while you were away about this, and I almost feel like Jawa Jimmy would be like, Katira, does your saber talk a lot?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to respond to that. That feels like a very personal question, and it feels like it might be a little bit of a masculine question. And I don't know if I'm offended or not.
Jawa Jimmy's like, no, it's not that, not that. It's like, there's his voice. It just keeps saying, what's gonna do things? It's really getting annoying, and it's kind of frustrating. It's. Do you get that from your sabers?
Not. I mean, I have a hard time telling you the truth, or not the truth. It's not that I have a hard time telling you the truth, Jimmy. That's not it.
It's
I have a
just
hard
that
time
it's so
telling you-
easy to lie, Jimmy.
I have a hard time telling you if it's the lightsaber or it's me talking at times in my head. So I'm not sure exactly what you're looking for here. But I don't think that my lightsabers talk to me. The last time that I had one that made me, have more of my inside voice tell me to kill people, I kind of don't have that one right now. Took care of it, that's why it's white now. I think. I don't know though. This whole force thing. It's a mystery wrapped in an enigma.
covered in bantha fodder.
Jawa Jamie will take from this like, 1. I need to make this thing stop talking. How do I cleanse it? 2. They can talk. Okay.
Oh, I think you're gonna say Joe Jimmy thinks, boy, I zoned out like 2 seconds into that conversation. Oh, I'm waking up now, and boy, I wish I had listened. Yeah, I hear ya, Katira.
I don't think he's that bad. Definitely more like almost like exhausting. It's like, gotta repair this droid. Now this stupid lightsaber tell me to do things. Clearly it's talking. Like he's gotten to the point where he can't just ignore it anymore. As much as he's stubborn, he's like, yeah, this is definitely. Even he's like, yeah, I can't keep ignoring this. I want to ignore this, but it's getting kind of loud. The inside voice is getting too loud to be starting to come outside.
Mm.
Well, shouldn't he look for the speech function in the lightsaber to get it to turn off?
You know what? I don't think he even thought about that. That's even Zuda Zorbo. That's the best answer I could have had all night. Like, I was like, what the hell's the speaker on this thing? Is there a voice modulator? Who wants on a voice modulator?
I can only imagine the Sith soul inside that lightsaber that is just slowly dying.
He's just so annoyed by this stubborn Jawa. It's just like, nah, I'm not gonna do that.
You're killing its ferocity. It's just dying on the inside. Okay, so Katira, you have the lightsaber hilt.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
you got it. So it doesn't turn on. Like even if you want to turn on, it feels lighter, and it's old and it's antiquated. Okay. So we're all gonna leave. We're good, and I think we can call it at this point. But Katira, if you could stay on after everyone leaves, there's one thing I want to do.
Alrighty, I will catch you guys next time.
2
All right,
weeks.
Ken.
I think it'll be the last. Maybe it'll be the last Fondor mission. We'll see.
Oh, good. Rem really needs to get home.
Yeah.
Yes, this has been fun. Thank you once again for hosting, Jordan.
Oh, absolutely. Been a lot of fun.
Indeed.
I really wanted to go upstairs with that Dracelian.
Oh,
Yeah, I thought you were gonna. I honestly thought you were gonna go upstairs and cause some more ruckus.
Oh, I
Well,
actually,
it would've.
I did plan it out if you guys went down there, and I made up like underground games that could happen down there.
Oh man,
So
that could have been fun.
There's certainly a lot of paths here. Well, we'll have to load an older save to explore those.
the
man.
classic Baldur's
Great
Gate
reference.
strategy.
Time to go save scum.
All
All right, guys. Have a good night.
right, thanks
Thanks so much for
everyone.
hosting.
Adios.
Yeah.
All right, Katira. So as everyone leaves the bar, the woman who had left earlier on the way out, she says, I've got a message for you. And you see a hologram of Octavian Grant. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, just checking. Did he? Okay. So it says, so the recording says, twice you've proven to be my ally. In House Massetti, we have a saying that says, third time pays for all. So there is a traitor amongst our midst, and I need to have you in my court. Can I count on your support? If so, there's a place in my executive leadership council for you. The time will be coming soon. And it just cuts out.
I just read. I just finished rereading The Wise Man's Fear. Have you read the King Killer Chronicles at all?
I have, yeah.
Yeah. And third time pays for all. That's what it made me think of. Um, great books.
Yeah. Well,
Does she?
I don't think they'll
Does
ever
she?
finish, but
Oh yeah, yeah. I just need one more book, Jordan.
there's no way that he could even finish it. I think there's just he wrote himself into a corner. Like it should be like a 6 or 7 book series. And the worst thing
I
about it was that he promoted his series. Oh, sorry, we're still recording. It's still going. But he promoted it as, "Hey, everything's fucking done. Like, just publish my
Yeah.
books." And then Kevin J. Anderson's like, "We got it, bro." Yeah. Now he's like, "Oh, I can't finish it." Ridiculous. Anyways,
yeah. Does she? Does she like wait for or say anything?
nope. She's ready to just leave. She makes sure that you got it, and she's leaving.
Well, that's interesting. You got nothing else to pass along then?
She goes so. But so you know it was Octavian Grant. Like, I mean, you've talked to him, so you know. So 2 things, like to step back a second. He is really, he seems like he's really offering you, or he's offering Katira, like a leadership position, whatever he's doing. And 2, he only appeared to Katira. Like
Yeah.
I renamed one of the voice channels to secret thing because I thought it might happen in the middle of the mission here, depending on what happened.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, so what I'm saying is, like, in the next mission or 2, you may, or Katira may be offered like this thing that could change Katira's trajectory, if that's what you think Katira would, Katira
Make her a
would want.
villain.
Well, no, but also, like, what if Octavian Grant says, "I want you to, command, a ship for me or something,"
Yeah.
He might want that, and that would be Katira's being like, "I can't do these, like, weird one-off missions for the New Republic anymore." So anyway, I'm not saying that's exactly what's going to happen, but I'm also saying, like, maybe something along those lines might be offered if Katira helps. So it's up to you to think about what Katira would want.
That's that's a lot to think about.
But we'll see what happens in the negotiations. So
Yeah.
but I am saying, like,
Interesting.
see what happens. But you were the
Can't
only one that
believe
got
it.
reached out. So
Can't believe they just let Walter Bellix walk away.
who?
Zuda.
I know. I'm honestly, like, I thought they were gonna, like, take him back to a hotel room, beat him up for information.
Right. I mean, you don't even have to beat him up. It can just be like, hey, we just saved your life from these people, potentially, kind of a thing. I don't know. Could have done a whole bunch of things with him.
Well, I don't know. I was thinking about, like, I found, like, I've unpacked all of our old missions, and I was reading through them. It's like, wow, we were horrible. Like, we did a lot of really bad things, and, like, as we got older, like, I feel like we played so much differently. I mean, Boda for
I
sure.
do that. Yeah, because
Zuda,
when you're young and crazy, you're just like, yeah, I'm just gonna shoot everything. I mean,
Yeah,
that's like my kids
shoot and
right now,
seal.
right? Like we will play, and like I was just trying to, like, they asked to play Dungeons and Dragons last night, and I think we got like it was no progress really at all. It was literally like, all right, you're in an airship, and
was
they want to,
it fifth edition or?
yeah.
Yeah.
And I was just like, they want to drop you off down here, and you're gonna, try and figure out the cause of these disturbances. They think that it's a lich, basically. And my oldest son has read, he literally has just read the Monsters Manual and the Dungeon Master's Guide and the Player's Handbook. He's like, I don't know if we can fight a lich. And
Oh, so
and
I mean, I did exactly what he did, and so I would know all this. But I honestly, as the game or dungeon master, I hated it. So I would change all the names because I just
Yeah,
was like,
I can see
there's
that.
yeah.
That makes sense. But yeah, like there was like no progress forward, but when they do end up in a fight, it's like we're just gonna kill everything. And then like they get to a town and the guards are like, "Oh, you got to pay, a small fee to enter the city." And they're like, "I want to fight the guards." And I'm like, "You can't just fight everybody all the time."
I know, like so Rob used to, so when we were all in college, when it was me, Stuart, and a couple of our other friends, Rob used to DM a fourth edition D&D campaign that we probably did like, I don't know, 20 or 30 sessions in, well, not 30, well, maybe 30. And we all had our characters. And Rob was fantastic, like, because he would know all the rules and they'd be hard rulings, and you could read the rules later and be like, Rob was right for
Yeah.
all the combat. But it was similar where it was like we got to a point where we realized, oh, hey, if someone can like summon mist and then nobody can see what you're doing, we could just pickpocket the keys instead of like killing all the guards. And I feel like that kind of thing really informed like old school playing. Like Dungeon Crawl Classics is the same way. And when I went back and I was like, okay, how am I going to build like the most broken Dungeon Crawl Classics or like second edition D&D character? It was a lot of it was like, actually maybe we don't. Maybe it's more about like how you react to things.
Yeah.
Dungeon Crawl especially is like that, where it's like there's not enough ways to build a broken build. Although in AD&D you can totally build a broken character.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's interesting. I kind of like the idea of like role play over fighting. But but literally that was how Luke and I used to play. Well, mainly Luke. And so I love Luke in his Renaissance now, where he's like, no, I'm an ambassador. I don't kill everyone all the time. Which I think is fantastic. Which still, I think Stuart is still like, wow, this is not the same character as Bodosi as I remember.
Nuts. Yeah. Well, and it's nuts too because like we've talked about before like how the characters age so much more slowly than the players, and so now it's like, how quickly could somebody that's Boda's age, like if you start Boda off like as a middle-aged man and he's just violence,
Yeah.
does he change?
Well, to be
Or
fair,
is this really a different person,
let's
right?
think. I mean, like literally, we've been playing this since '97, and so Luke was in 7th grade, so he was 12. Luke was 12
Yep.
when we started playing, and now his character is in the game about 12 years older.
Mm-hmm.
And Luke himself is almost 20 years older, which is wild.
Yeah.
So I guess it could. But we also like had a mission where Luke had kids. Boda Z had kids. And so after that he was like, I'm gonna try to change my character. And then he never visited his kids ever, which I thought was hilarious.
It's now like the running joke of like, oh yeah, you care so much about New Republic. Do you care as much as your own children?
And I honestly love that like, Luke leans into it. I think Luke, which is hilarious. I kind of don't get it. He's never really liked like investigating his character's backstory. And he'll talk about it off the game, but once we're actually playing, he's like, I don't want to talk about this type thing almost.
Yeah.
Like he's never said that, but he's just like a reluctance to do any of that. I wonder if it's more of like I don't want to steal the spotlight type thing. Because remember, you were like, hey, here's your clone father ship. And he's like, who cares?
Yeah. Hey, I feel like this kind of belongs to you. Nah, you can have it.
Nah, I don't want it.
All right.
Yeah. All right. Well, you're gonna have to decide what you want to do with Octavian Grant. I think this is like. There were so many times where I'm like, you know, trying to like. There's a lot of like. I tried to do a lot of things where it's like, how could I? Like, I think characters want things when we play this, and I think a lot of times like, what could disqualify that because, you know, like, if we all got what we want, then nobody would play their characters. They'd just go and be governors or leaders of bounty hunters guilds or something, But I do think like Katira has done enough for Grant that Grant's like, I trust her, maybe, or at least Katira would, if she got that, she'd be like, I could see why he would say this.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
No, it's interesting. I feel like it's the prospect of, or it's the potential of like, it's an interesting bookend because like Octavian Grant is from the very beginning of me playing Star Wars, and it creates an interesting like, oh, is this where I have to roll up a new character because Katira actually has to decide something?
It could be. I mean,
yeah.
We'll see how all this ends, but there's a lot of things that I put into place that I don't feel like everyone discovered, but it's fine. We'll see what happens. So we'll see what happens at the negotiations. So
yeah,
anyway.
And I think that it's hard to explore all the different corners and run through everything all at once, right? You end up in a lot of like almost like, okay, we're gonna look at like gambling with this guy. Oh, all right, this winds out this way. And
Hey,
it's hard to
I thought
figure
Rob did a
how
great
fast
job.
something else out. He did. No, it was great. I
Yeah.
love the like, let's play for information instead. I thought I was like, man, that's genius.
That is great, and he did a great job. And yeah, no, like, but see, also that's why Rob's a great GM or DM. He was pretty creative. Although,
yeah,
my hands down favorite NPC he ever made was there was this human that was captured by like goblins or something, and it is in fourth edition. When we freed him, he's like, we're like, what's his name? He's like, my name is Belly Millie, and we're like, don't you mean like Millie, like Belly Millie? Don't you mean Billy Melly? Like Billy and then whatever Melly is. He's like, no, Belly Millie. It was like, and so what we did was we intimidated him, and he became like our secretary, where he just would stay at the hideout and then just like keep receipts for everything and talk to people. And that was Belly Millie. That's fun.
That's awesome.
All right.
It'd be fun to have Rob GM some more if he wanted to, but
yeah, I think he is dissatisfied with the combat in Star Wars, which is okay.
Yeah, it's different.
It is, and it's fine. But I mean, yeah, I would love. I mean, I'm up for it. Like, I'm totally down if Rob or Stu wants to jump in and do, or you guys want to jump in and do things. But I do think like we need to. We're coming up on like. Dala's gonna attack the galaxy at some point, so we need to be ready for that. Like, or we need to confront that. Like, that's gonna happen. But I do have a buddy of mine who is like, he's been playing Baldur's Gate, and he's like, hey, didn't you tell me you play Star Wars RPG all the time? I was like, yeah. He's like, could I just like do 1 or 2 missions with you? Like, he's saying sessions. And I was like,
yeah.
He's like, I just want to try it out. And I'm like, maybe. I don't know. We have too many people already, and if anybody rejoins, I don't want it to be a lot more. But I was thinking of like, I was actually thinking of you being like, hey, would you like like GM a mission where like maybe like Blaine goes to Locke and be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And then he brings this new guy, and it could be the guy trying out Star Wars or something like that. You know, just or just something where it's like, you know, I'm trying to think of like something he could play, and it might be easier if I play with him. Anyway,
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll ask you later if he's like still pretty persistent, but I'm always
Alright.
open to new
Yeah,
people
you know.
playing.
Yeah, it'd be fun. I mean, and I don't know. I don't know how. I know everybody else is. It's funny because like I know that some of the guys are like, oh yeah, it's like 10:30. It's like 11. I'm ready. I'm ready to end. And I'm like, oh, man, come on. I'll play till
Hey, it's 2:30
whatever.
for me. I'm still doing it.
Yeah. Right.
Oh, I know. I feel like what I do is I do decaf coffee and then I put a little bit of normal cold brew coffee in it, just like a shot of it. So I'm like, by the time I get to 2, I'm like, I feel loopy. But like, let's keep going. I mean, I'd rather do it than not do it. Like
For sure.
Like otherwise, what we're doing, I don't know.
Yeah. No, I appreciate the staying up. You know, and again, like if we get to a point where
I should
or
probably
like
cut it.
a
I should
pause
probably
or a
cut
break
the
or whatever
recording.
where we can. Yeah, I'm sure.
All right, let's cut it.